Namaskar viewers, welcome to this session to discuss about the how to draw a inline engine crankshaft for 4-cylinder engine and to discuss the major parts and its function of a crankshaft. Before we move forward, let's discuss in brief what is 4-cylinder engine, what does it mean by inline cylinder, and the function of crankshaft. The 4-cylinder means that there are 4 number of engine cylinder or combustion chamber in the cylinder block. In case of inline engine, the engine cylinder are placed in a straight line. So, in this case, the 4 engine cylinder are placed in a straight line. The function of crankshaft is to transfer the linear motion of piston into rotational motion. The energy from expanding gases during burning of fuel in combustion chamber is delivered to the crankshaft through the piston pin and connecting rod or con rod. The connecting rod and the bearings are attached to a bearing journal on the crank throw. The crank throw is offset from the crankshaft center line. The distance between the center line of the con rod bearing journal and the center line of the crankshaft main bearing journal, multiplying the distance between the two center line by 2 is the engine stroke. The combustion forces is applied to the crank throw to produce the turning effort or torque, which rotates the crankshaft. This is the line diagram of a 4-cylinder inline engine crankshaft. Let's start with the main bearing journal. It is support the crankshaft and it allow it to rotate easily without excessive wear. The number of cylinder usually determines the number of main bearings. The 4-cylinder inline engine usually have 5 main bearings. Thrust loads are forces that push and pull the crankshaft forward and rearward in the engine block. A thrust bearing supports the load and maintains the front to rear position of the crankshaft in the engine block. The rod bearing journal or connecting rod journal, it is also called crank pin, which are offset from the crank center line. Insert type bearing fit between the big end of the connecting rod and crank pin. Crankshaft either forged or cast. The crankshaft are made from SAE grade steel, which provide wide separating line and stronger than cast crankshaft but very expensive. Cast crankshaft may be cast in steel, nodular iron or malleable iron. Crankshaft is drilled to allow oil from main bearing oil group to be directed to the connecting rod bearing. These holes are usually located where the crankshaft loads and stress are the lowest. The edges of the oil holes are carefully chamfered to relieve stresses. Crankshaft are balanced by counterweight for smoothest running. When combustion happens, the forces deflect the crankshaft. The deflection occurs in 2 ways: to bend the shaft sideways and twist the shaft in torsion. Harmful crankshaft twisting vibration are dampened with a torsional vibration damper or harmonic balancer. Thank you for watching.